Alright, we were playing Elite Dangerous, and right now we're going to go over a couple basic cockpit features. You have your two side screens, one on the left, one on the right, that pop up when you look at them. You can see right here, you're going through modules, which is everything from your weapon systems to power plant, life support, fire groups, which is weapon systems, cargo, which was empty on mine, and then the functions, bunch of different options for you. Going to the galaxy map, you can see there are a lot of places. Some of these you can actually go to, some of these you can't. If you see down there Sol, that is actually our system. If you look, when I click on it, give it a second. Well, right now, the solar system is not part of the planets you can go to, so takes a little bit to get it clicked on. And there it is. And as you see in the game, it says economy none. It'll also say population over there, none. If you read it, it actually says that all the corporations have moved to Mars, so Mars is populated. It's going to be populated in the game. Later on in the video, I stay on it for a little second, give you time to read it. Right now, I was just pretty much trying to get the view map. You look inside the pill form, little shape. That's pretty much all the stars you can get to. Alright, now you have your contacts. That's pretty much ships, stations that you can talk to, request things from, get information about. We'll go down to the shipyard. Nothing. You can see my credits, 18,000. And we'll go to the bulletin board. This is where you get your missions. Everything from cargo missions to combat. I've only been playing for about a week, so we're going to do cargo mission. Right now I am in the base ship you start out with the base weaponry. So this one we're going to take. It's a long distance delivery. And actually during the mission I run out of fuel because I don't have it in my charts. You see, you can look the system and the settlement in the system you go to navigation. If it was in my charts, it would be in there, but it wasn't, so I wanted to look for it on here. I didn't see it at first. This is where I'm reading the summary. If you look over to your left, you could pause it if you want to read it. Alright, now we're going to exit the station. You retract your landing gear by the right side. I believe it's under functions. Checking out some missions. And when you're landing, you always can look that the thing retracting looks like a vent. It should be behind you when you're landing, in front of you when you're taking off. And you do actually control the takeoff. If you crash in here or somebody runs into you, you will die. And yes, I did cut it close to this ship coming in. You usually don't want to haul so much ass out like that. But we'll get oriented. If you look to the bottom right, you can see it says mass locked. I can't make a jump to hyperspace until I'm far enough away from the mass, the gravity source. And I'm looking for the system. It's not in here, so at first I decide just to jump to one of the further systems out, and maybe it'll be close to that. Navigating isn't really all that hard. You just gotta take your time sometimes, and once you have more and more places you've discovered and your reach is further and further, it will become more difficult. And this is hyperspace. Sometimes when you're playing this beta version, you will get stuck in hyperspace, but when you quit the game and come back in, you shouldn't have lost any of the stuff you have unless you just picked up something. And when you jump out, usually it's going to be like this, so you're going to want to turn as quickly as possible. Some of the stars will actually are big enough that when you jump close to them, they will start injuring you and overheating your ship. And I did a little skip due to all the jumps I had to make because could not find the system, and it was too far away. Once I did find it, it was 11. What, I can't even remember what it was, but now we're coming on Harbor Station. If you look on the lower right at fuel, I am completely out of all my fuel for making jumps, and I have depleted most of my, well, a little bit under half of the fuel for travel. So I'm going to refuel at Harbor Station, but I really don't have to do anything else there. And you have a bunch of different planets, and some of them do have ring systems. You can fly through the asteroids. I thought the game had froze right here. I was about to get upset, but I think it was just taking a while because I was recording. Usually doesn't take that long. Sometimes even immediate. I'm sure the release this year will be completely fixed. And as we get closer, once you get between 7.5, 7.5. It says kilometers. I don't know if that's km is actually 4 kilometers, and I've been granted docking, so I'll proceed to landing pad 3. And it all obviously is the orange squares, and they have numbers above them, so you can kind of strafe left or right and get to where you can see it. Remember what I said about the vent looking piece. It needs to be to your rear or it will not land. And if you forget about your landing gear like I did, it will tell you. Now I have it to where you can press a button and all the moves turn to strafe. The mouse control system, for some reason, it has to where it wants to pretty much roll on you, and so that's the easiest way to crash when you're landing, is for it to roll on you. So I suggest you go into the controls, see it's about to roll, and change it to where you have a button to make every roll option into a strafe. The big difference between this and Star Citizen's Arena Commander, how you fly, is that you cannot turn a ship completely around backwards that quickly in this game. It takes a little bit of maneuvering. You gotta use the boost. Once you get close enough, it'll automatically dock you and enter you into the station. And as you can see, I'll go to repairs, wear and tear 100%, fixed it. Even though it doesn't show up, it will be fixed. Refuel all, and that's it. As it turns this around for launch, and you can hit the default key is R, and that's strafe up, and it's the control to where you can lift off. Your ship will only go so fast with the landing gear deployed, so you want to retract it. And see, now I can jump straight to the system. I was close enough. A little boost. As you can see, we're still mass locked. We'll wait till that indicator goes off, and then we'll be able to jump to hyperspace. once again turn away, and we'll look. We want to go to Olivia's settlement. So we can set that in lock destination. And what I do is I like to look around, free look, and I'll spin the craft. And it should be highlighted real bright. As you can see here, it's not in my field of view. So all you have to do, turn the ship about 90 degrees. And once again, look around, rotate, and there it is. And the LS is for light seconds. You can see down there my speed. On the right, you can see my throttle position below that. And it's telling me to slow down. Easiest thing to do is once you see slow down, kill it all the way your throttle. And usually you don't want to fly past, but I ended up doing it this time. And then just circle. But you can sometimes cut it to where you don't have very far. You can emergency jump out of Super Cruise. This is what we're in. You can tell by the vertical lines on either side. You can jump out of Super Cruise with an emergency by double tapping the J key, but you never end up close, and it does do damage to your ship because it causes stress on the frame of it, on the hull. And so I believe the MM is million meters. And telling us to slow down again, and I actually did this perfect. A lot of times it'll pop up blue letters that'll say safe reentry, but if you do it just right, you can haul butt up to it, hit the J keys, jump out, and here we go. We're at Olivia's settlement, and about in a second you're gonna realize why it gives you about 7 minutes to land. Sometimes you can see the docking entrance right away, but on this one it's a freaking dodecahedron, and so I don't know who the hell decided a space station would be great as a dodecahedron, but I mean, it took me about 3 or 4 minutes to find the docking bay. You'll see I do a jump edit here so you don't hear me cursing. And here we are. After a couple minutes, you can see I have 4 minutes left, so it actually took me around 6 minutes to find this place. I was getting pretty frustrated. And once I found it, I'm pretty good at this. If you hit things, you will blow up. The smaller crafts is not a huge deal. You can hit one thing as long as you correct your spacecraft. Don't let it ricochet around. You should be good. But the larger ships, they have so much weight they tend to destroy themselves. And I skirt right on this guy because I've been waiting for 6 minutes. And it says that you can read, it said proceed to landing pad 31. And you can see it's all the way to the back. And I'm facing the right way. You can't see the vent, but it is right there. I don't know what it is. I call it a vent. And don't nobody be getting all technical and stuff, because you look on the outside of the space stations, they have like stairs and things, which make no sense because of zero gravity. So deploy the landing gear, and once I start going down, you should see my, there you go, my radar change to landing mode. And you can see I want to get right above the dot, the circle, the bullseye pretty much, and it'll turn blue, and I'll get a chime. And if I'm low enough, it'll automatically grab the ship and dock, but I wasn't, so just settle down. Nailed that shit. Unlike that guy. And go to the bulletin board, and that is our mission. Give message. Now I have 21,747 credits. Slowly but surely, it's adding up. And I'll release another video once I do some combat or some other interesting things, something new. But thanks for watching. Please like and share, and I hope you enjoyed the video.